Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I do stand seeking your guidance on the Speaker's rule number 5, in regards to the dress code, and I need to seek your advice if Senator Gloria is appropriately dressed for the House. Thank you.
What is your point of order, minority?
Bwana Spika, hoja yangu ya nidhamu ni kwamba katika sheria zile za hapa ndani kama standing orders yetu ya kwanza na pia vile vile katika zile sheria ambazo ni za Spika, tunatambua ya kwamba ni lazima mtu awe amejivaa kisawasawa. Hatuwezi kuingilia katika maisha mtu bila anavyotaka kuvaa. Lakini katika hili bunge letu la Senate,
maybe
Bwana Speaker,
minority leader, just have your seat. I will let you have your day. Before we even allow the minority leader to say something, I'm looking at Rule 5, and I want to see how it's admissible in this regard, Senator Tabitha. Maybe you guide us, you explain to us how Rule 5 is relevant in this regard. What is inappropriate with Senator Gloria, so that we take it up from there?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. One, it clearly states in the Speaker's rules on our dress code, both for the male gender and for the female gender. As a woman and as a senator, I find it very uncomfortable, very inappropriate for our colleague, Senator Gloria, to step in and, you don't understand if she's on the normal woman cycle or it is faking it, and it is so indecent because these are natural things that as women we go through. Our society, our culture as women requires privacy. So it disturbs me, one as a woman, on what do we indicate out there for our younger generation that looks upon us on how we dress as leaders in this house. What kind of picture are we portraying to the young leaders? Yes, we understand during these moments, maybe our young generations go through a lot of things, but there is a better way as a leader to bring this out. That mode of communication, Mr. Speaker, it's uncomfortable.
What is out of order?
What is out of order?
Senator Gloria's dressing. The chair would wish to know, what is this that is out of order about Senator Gloria's dressing? I don't want to do guesswork.
Senator Gloria, Mr. Speaker, why it is touching me, because as a woman there are things that we do not discuss in public. But because the House requires me to put it, is that our colleague Senator Gloria is on either she's on a cycle or not, but it is indecent. It is not correct. And the way she's also moving in and out of the House, it is so indecent. It is not a good conduct, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Tabitha. Senator Tabitha, just stay there. The chair is in glasses, and you may not catch the finer details of what you're talking. Are you saying that the dress code is transparent? They are revealing? Because I can see she's in a suit. What's wrong with her suit?
I would request that, Mr. Speaker, you ask Senator Gloria to just step in front of you, and you'll be able to see how her dress is very messed up, which is not decent.
Senator Minority, it's okay. Minority Leader, what is your point of order?
Bwana Spika, kile Kiswahili safi ni kwamba mwanamke akiwa vile huwa anamwaga damu na hatakikani hata kidogo kuonyesha umati wa watu, ama ndugu zangu hawa wanaume wako na mabibi zao na madada zao wa heshima. Saa hizi bibi ya Kalwale anaangalia na anaona kama mheshimiwa ameingia hapa akiwa anavuja damu kutoka sehemu zake za siri. Je, hii ni haki ndani ya hili bunge la Senate?
I now get it. Yes, well, Senator Enoch.
No, it's okay. The Speaker, respect should be given where respect is due. But in circumstances where respect is not due, then we do not ascribe respect. The Speaker, this is a house of respect. And there are things that should never be allowed to happen in the Senate of the Republic of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, some things must just be said as they are. We have ladies here. We have wives. We have daughters. They go through these cycles. But when they go through these cycles, it's a matter to be managed personally without exposing it to other people. What Senator Gloria has done to this house today is disgrace. It's a lot of shame on this house, the Speaker. I invite you, the Speaker, if you consider, to invoke Standing Order number 123. If you consider, the Speaker, this must not be allowed to happen. Whatever the cause, whatever it is that's happening, it will never be allowed to happen.
Senator Gloria, what is the point of order?
Mr. Speaker, point of order. I think I'm dressed as per the standing orders. I'm covered, I have a suit, I have collars. I'm just short of a tie. I'm very disappointed. I'm actually more disappointed because the point of order that is being raised to try and attack an accident that is natural, because I have stained my clothes. And at the end of the day, I just want to know, while we are discussing this issue that is not even in the order paper, is it because senators are not women who have periods? I want to know, because then maybe I shouldn't be in this house because I have periods, Mr. Speaker. And on my way here, I actually stained my dress. So, and this is the period stigma, Mr. Speaker. This is the period stigma that is making our girls kill themselves. We have a girl who killed herself because of the same issue that I'm going through. And now I understand why. Because it is the women who actually are trying to make this a crime. Because maybe it's Valentine's Day. Because maybe Valentine's Day we are not supposed to have our periods. I am shocked that someone can stand here and say that the house has been disgraced because a woman has had her period. So women are not supposed to be in the Senate because we have periods. I don't understand. I'm in trousers, I've covered my... Honestly, the most someone can do is come to me and tell me, I'm sorry, are you having period cramps? Shall I give you painkillers? But instead, I am actually being castigated for having my period. So what we need to now talk about is, do women belong in the Senate? Because to try and pretend that women do not have periods because they're in the Senate, this is a very natural thing, and I'm very embarrassed and I'm very, very upset, Mr. Speaker. Protect me.
Yes, Senator Ledama.
Mr. Speaker, someone once said that as leaders, we should be judged by the content of our speech. It is quite evident that the distinguished senator is picketing. If you hear her sentences or her words, she's actually raising something. She's not on her menstrual cycle. It is quite clear that from what she's trying to share with the rest of the world is that she's picketing. And Mr. Speaker, we see this thing in social media, we see it in TikToks, we see it all over. We're not blind and we're not stupid. What is happening is this. We need to ask ourselves, should we be having that debate today? Should we be focusing on trying to constitute the House? If it is an important matter that needs to be discussed, I would like to beseech you, Mr. Speaker, that you direct the senator to bring a motion so that we can speak about it. But to attempt to disrupt the House, you know, the distinguished senator, and I'll be very respectful, I will call her distinguished senator, has been walking up and down, up and down. All of us are looking. If indeed, Mr. Speaker, she's being honest and she's not being honest in this case, I think if any mature person, when they realize that they are going through something which culturally, it's something which is taboo to be discussed, she would have gone to the bathroom, she would have covered herself, and even the other distinguished senators who are from the female gender here would have given her something to wear. But they know that she's picketing. So, Mr. Speaker, I would like to request you that you save this House so that men and women who sit in this House can be good example to the millions of Kenyans that we represent. So, Mr. Speaker, I really beseech you that you rule the distinguished nominated senator out of order, and if she wants to picket, picketing is outside. Every so often, when we raise matters outside this House, we are told you are the senators. Go to the Senate and pass laws. Why are we then now coming in to reduce ourselves to demonstrators on the floor of the House? So, Mr. Speaker, this is very discouraging, and I request that you rule her completely out of order.
Senator Muma.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Whatever is going on, I think Gloria has achieved to get the Senate to discuss something that is pertinent. The manner in which she may have done it may be not acceptable to the senators, but periods are a natural process that women go through in this country. Mr. Speaker, there are many girls who cannot access pads. And there are many girls who get into the situation that Gloria has modeled today in the Senate. And what happens is that they get shamed. Many of them have dropped out of school. Mr. Speaker, Gloria may have done it in the most glory manner to you people or to us as a Senate, but I plead that we rule that Gloria possibly brings a substantive motion that can enable us in this country to discuss issues that we call taboo, issues that we call shame, but issues that affect millions of girls in this country who need support from us. So even as we rule, I will plead that you look at the bigger picture than at the offending aspects of Gloria or the person who is bringing the issue. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, senators. Indeed, a menstrual cycle is a natural act. However, there is a behavior that a woman is expected to uphold whenever they're going through that cycle period. Senator Gloria, as you have said that you are at that period, maybe 4 or 5 of our lady senators are in that period too, but they're not showing it, meaning they have taken the proper steps to deal with it. So having period is never a crime. How to handle those periods is where we begin to differ. Indeed, if you read the Bible and even the Quran, if a woman is going through her periods, they're not even allowed to touch the Bible or the Quran. So you cannot say that being discriminated against. So Senator Gloria, I sympathize with you that you're going through the natural act of menstruation. You have stained your wonderful suit. I'm not asking you to leave because you're out of order, but I'm asking you to leave so that you go change and come back with a cloth that is not stained. We appreciate you. Kindly proceed to go change and come back to the chambers. Next order.
Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
What is the point of order?